Okay.
We're live. Talk to the audience, dear.
Hello, NosillaCastaways. As you can tell, Allison's voice is not quite up to par. So we are working, or Allison is working on getting text to voice to work. And ironically, it was working just about 45 minutes ago, just prior to Allison rebooting her Mac. And now it's not working. So hopefully she can get that running here soon. Allison, how's the voice doing?
Oh, it's just great.
Yeah.
The whole show is predicated on this working, and it just simply stopped. If anybody could find why it would just not stop working.
Text to speech, which is an embedded Mac function.
Yeah, so if you open up dictation and speech and system preferences and go to text to speech, you should be able to hit play.
Yeah.
And it's just not playing. It's just not working. It was working.
So, they're saying they can't hear anything from the browser. Let's see.
Oh, hang on. I didn't go live on NosillaCast. Okay. Oh, wait.
They're not seeing it on the podcast. Let me refresh.
What do you mean, the podcast?
The blog
the
page.
Hangout?
But I see it. I see it.
Okay, why is this not running? I mean, the only thing I know to do is to reboot again.
Okay.
I mean, can people search for me, please?
Does anyone know out there in the chat room if there are any causes for text to voice for not working? So right now, the only option Allison would have would be to reboot.
And I just did.
Which you just did, right?
Have some beer. Okay, so I've got a pretty complicated setup, but that's to do with there. See if this hears me.
Yeah, are you getting any?
Hi, this is Allison Sheridan. No, something is really messed up.
It sounds like a system audio setting.
Yeah, let me try a couple things here.
So bear with us, folks, as we get these technical difficulties taken care of.
See. Oh, man, I even documented it in screen steps ahead or clarify, and I just double checked it, and it's all the way it was.
Okay. Did you so you had some unusual system or sound settings to get voice text to voice to work?
Well, I'm going to type it in the chat room.
So Allison's Oh, you want us to kind of follow along with you. Is that what you're saying, Allison? Okay, she's nodding her head, yes. Open system preferences. Click on dictation to speech, that little microphone.
No.
No?
Read what I wrote.
Hit the play button. It should play, but it does not. Alex, normal, play. Speak selected text when key is pressed. Is that selected?
Yeah.
Did you try a different voice just to... It's funny because I don't have an Allison voice. You said you had an Allison voice?
Don't worry about that. It's separate. It's another thing.
But can you just try a different voice to make sure if you toggle that, it doesn't kick something and get it going?
Try that. I'll try this. That thinks it's playing at least.
So when you hit play, you don't get any sound at all?
I get nothing.
Okay, mine is giving me the standard voice.
And mine did before. So something else is messed up. Let me think again. Think slowly.
When you go to dictation, rather than text to speech.
Actually, I'm going to try something else.
Okay.
Hang on.
Hello, my name is Allison.
Okay, so that is working. It's the way it's coming out. So it has to do with what I've done with loopback.
Okay. So
Okay,
you're isolating the problem there.
Yeah, good.
Bear with us, folks. Yes, and I think Allison's frozen the video on me because she doesn't feel she's offering much in the way of video. Although I'm sure they'd like to see you.
Okay, so that's not working. Okay, so where's loopback? You should be talking. You're causing dead air, dear.
Oh, because your audio is not active?
Because I don't want to talk.
Well, has everyone had a fine week this week? Well, we do have a fairly full chat room. So let me welcome Brett, Kevin, otherwise known as Wingman, Dan, Jinho. I didn't think you were going to be in here today, but welcome. Dorothy, as usual. Sybil's here. John, I guessed NC 87426. No, Not Ratchet, Nurse Not Ratchet, Rose, Sandy, my alter image, and Alistair. Welcome, all of you. And we are still working on getting Allison's text to voice working because her own voice isn't working. Not very well anyway. Oh, that was interesting. I heard myself repeated back.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Hello, my name is Alice.
Oh, there it is.
Got it.
What did you do?
There's actually.
Go ahead and put your video back on.
I don't want to be a video.
They want to see you.
Okay. Hang on. I will explain, but I need a text edit document to do that.
There she is. So there may be a lot of either dead air or typing by Allison. Oh, she's doing
audio hijack had to be toggled.
Ah, audio hijack. Are the cats in the way there? All right, I'll get them.
Okay, here we go. All right. This is going to be great. Actually, delete that one. Okay. Yeah, I think one might be locked in again. Okay. Yeah, I'm not actually sick, which is the weird thing. I just lost my voice. It's been happening to me since I was a little girl, so I'm used to it, but I didn't used to have to do a show. Okay, here we go. Once the vermin get out. And you should be really glad I have a mute button too. All right, here we go. This is going to be fun. No, now that it's working. All right, here we go. Wait, where's my script? Be my script. All right, here we go. Mute yourself, Steve. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast Mac podcast hosted. Wait, I screwed it up. I read all the words and I'm not supposed to.
That was lovely.
Yeah. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, April 3rd, 2016, and this is show number 569. And it didn't record. Oh, come on. Oh, that's because I changed that. Oh, it should be. No, that should have worked. Oh, but should be. Well, this has got to be able to be figured out. It should be passed through. Okay, you know what? I'm going to start you up again and start Amadeus. All right. We have to do that again. I don't want to do this twice. We check the inputs. This is okay. We want the input to be passed through. That should be right. Recording 1, 2, 3. Nope, it's not working. Okay. Talk to them, please, Steve.
All right. Back to some technical difficulties that we're working. Bear with us because this is an unusual show, given that Allison has had to change several settings to get text to voice to work tonight for obvious reasons. And it does take a few levers here.
I'm going to kill audio hijack and reopen it. So
Okay,
I don't
what
know
is
if
the consequence?
you may disappear. I don't know.
I know
I know we. I don't know.
All right. Give it a try.
Okay, can you hear me? Steve?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you think you're showing up in the...
You have to unlock the video. It's locked on you now.
I didn't lock it.
Well,
oh, yeah, I did.
Yep.
I didn't do that. Okay. Try recording. Hi, this is Allison. Okay, good. That was it.
Oh, goody.
All right. Let's try this.
Take two.
All right, the show must go on. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, April 3rd, 2016, and this is show number 569. The show must go on. Okay, make sure that plays back.
Well done.
Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast. What?
That sounded echoed. I heard two versions.
Oh, no. Well, hi, this is Allison Sheridan. I'm not going to try to fix that. I'm sorry.
Okay. You might want to check other recordings because they're double.
No, it's not the recording. It's just what you're hearing. Yeah. Okay, so now, let's see. Oh, I got to do this first. Okay, it's going to work. This is going to be amazing. Wait till you hear this. Okay. And I have practiced this part a bunch of times, so this should work. Okay, over here, record, over here.
Okay, we cannot possibly listen to any more of that voice. Hi, I'm one of the text-to-speech voices built into OS X. David Schaefer on Twitter suggested I step in and help out, because, coincidentally, my name is also Allison. The Meet version of Allison asked if I'd take over for most of the show. She wanted me to tell you that she's not actually sick. She's just lost her voice. There are some that would say this is a good thing, but I would never say that to her face. If you read the show notes, you'll think you're seeing typos, but Allison had to spell out some words so that I could correctly pronounce them. For example, Bart's last name is really hard for me. You'll also see some code she had to insert between paragraphs because sometimes I forget to pause. She's such a control freak. Luckily her voice was still working when she recorded Security Bits with Bart Bushatz. And Steve finished a couple more interviews from the CSUN Persons with Disabilities Expo, so we'll play two of those. I get to do the intro here, and she's going to let me read her latest blog post. In Chit Chat Across the Pond this week, Bart was back with Programming by Stealth episode 12 of X. In this installment, we finally get to start playing with JavaScript. We learn the very basic building blocks, including how to make statements, how to make comments, 3 rules for variables, the difference between strings and numbers. We learn what you can do with them. Operators and concatenation. With the exception of the modulus section, I understood everything he said. Learn why this episode ends with a line. Find out next week if boogers is true or false. Allison also asked me if I'd remind you to use the Amazon affiliate links over at podfeed.com/Amazon. If you start there, and then buy anything in that session, a small percentage goes to help support the show, and keeps this an ad-free zone. Enough with the chitter-chatter, let's hear about a smartphone for the visually impaired that might also be helpful to the elderly in its simplicity. Remember, these are also up on podfeed.com as video interviews, if you want to go over and see what they look like.
Well done, Allison. You're muted. I can't hear you now. Still no voice.
I just recorded that over my intro. I need to record the intro again.
What happened?
I just recorded over the intro, but that's okay. We're just going to run that one more time.
Don't record over what you just played.
No, I won't this time.
Put that record head where it belongs.
Yeah. It's hard to place a record head because I can't see where I put it. Right, here we go. One more time. Let's see. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, April 3rd, 2016, and this is show number 569. The show must go on. Okay. That's good.
Well done.
I'm not getting any better, though, am I?
No, I think the 569 had a special emphasis this time that was just unique.
Was it really unique?
Very unique. By the way, Allison hates it when I put any sort of adjective next to unique.
Because it's unique or it's not. It's like very pregnant. All right. Oh, standing ovation.
Adverb.
The show must go on.
Okay, we cannot.
I should probably amp that up a little bit. That's now a little quiet.
So that doubling is just on playback. You're not hearing it in the recording. Okay.
Correct. So I could probably figure out why. I've created a loop is what's wrong.
But you've listened to the recording?
Yeah. Must go on.
Okay, we cannot possibly.
Yeah. So
actually, she sounds more robotic that way.
It's very low, though. The audio levels are low. I know you like it for what you're hearing, but it's made it very low input here. Okay, so blind shell is going to be first. Oh, I need a track for that, don't I? Add a track. I can hear myself in the other room, Steve.
Really? Because I'm not on speakers.
Really?
On headphones.
How did I hear me? All right, so blind shell is going to go right there. I'd have to really noodle how that. I thought we did playback earlier, Steve.
I don't think since your technical difficulties we've done playback.
Oh, but I also changed the way the playback worked too. All right, here we go. Oh, I can already tell those got to come down probably. You'll probably yell at me in a second.
If you want to go over and see what they look like.
I'm in the blind shell booth with Jan Schiff.
That is, I hope that's not how it's being
loud?
recorded. No, the problem is it's echoed. You promised that the recording is not that way. Because I don't want you to have to redo the whole show.
How many times do you want to ask me the same question, honey? You know, I love that.
3 times is good enough.
So let me think. Let me try. See, so I might be able to fix this. Well, I can toggle it to make it work. What happens if I do? Try this. Okay, can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so now listen. Oh, now I can't hear me.
Yep.
You can hear that?
Say it again. Wait, on the playback or live?
Playback.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, me neither.
When you say hear me, that's a little ambiguous because you are both recorded and you're live. So I need to know which one you're talking about.
Okay, let's see. This is really dangerous. But let me try. Okay, I don't need that anymore. I have one. I think I know. So if you're getting that, how are you getting it twice? Oh, because you're getting system audio. Oh, this might be really cool. Okay. Now, tell me if you hear it once or twice. This is going to be the playback of the interview. No, I don't hear anything. So you can't hear it, right?
Correct.
I wonder how important this is. Okay, now Steve's not answering me at all, so I guess it's not that important.
What's the question? How important what is?
I think I've created a loop. Let's see if I can hear this. Okay, great. Now I can't hear it at all. Can you hear it when I play back?
No.
Steve, are you listening to me?
Yeah. I'm listening and responding. Can you not hear me now?
Oh, great. Now I don't hear you.
Allison's cut off.
I'm going to quit this.
Okay.
Okay.
I hear you. Live.
Save. Okay, Steve, talk to me.
Talking. 1, 2, 3.
Are you sure you're not muted?
I'm sure I'm not muted. I'll turn on mute. And now mute is off. So,
Come on. I shouldn't have tried to change it for you. Dang it. All right, well, at least you guys can hear me. I don't know what we did. Could hear Steve till he muted.
I muted just for a test. Just to prove that, and then unmuted, and then they can hear me.
Oh.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear yourself?
That's all I changed, right?
Is it fixed?
Okay.
Today, Bancho, which is the mobile phone for.
So you guys can hear the playback, right?
Yes, although echoed slightly.
Steve, is there any chance it's something on your end?
I haven't changed any settings other than my own mute, which I always turn off and
see
on.
what they look like.
I'm in the blind shell booth with Jan Shimmick, and you've got a pretty interesting product here. What do you?
Maybe this is perfect. I can't hear Steve and he can't hear me.
No, I can hear you.
Because I don't know what to do. I don't know why Steve disappeared. Oh, he's going to come talk to me. I thought that would be too loud too, and I was counting on Steve to tell me. I'll bring that down, John.
So I can hear you. You just can't hear me.
Oh.
And I can hear playback, but it's echoed.
I'm not touching that again. All right, so wait, how did that get changed? Okay, good. I just found it. I must have, did I bump that? Default built-in output. Okay. Darn it, I bet I'll be able to hear Steve now.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Unfortunately, yes.
Great. Okay, we're back to normal then.
So is the playback too loud?
You're showing us today.
I'm showing you today.
It's louder than live. Yeah, it's a little bit painful for me, but I can.
One problem is you've got my You made me turn down the audio from the robot voice so much. I think that's one of the problems.
Okay. I just turned down my my
Well,
volume.
I can bring it down here. We usually bring that down some. Hang on. Wow, this is gonna take a while. I'm not even doing the talking, and it's taking forever. Okay.
That's because you changed your process.
Yes, slightly. Okay, I can't find the controls. Yeah, we're just gonna have to count on Levelator or whatever. All right. Moving on. Come on. Okay. Here we go. 1 second. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, we're going to come over here. Record.
This is certainly not the phone for everyone, but it definitely is simple and easy to understand. Over the last 9 years or so, Bart Busschots has been teaching you and me to be geekier and more technical through his session and chit-chat across the pond. First, it was random bits of knowledge, but in the last few years he's gotten much more structured about it, bringing us taming the terminal and now programming by stealth. I have to confess, and you may have figured this out on your own, I don't always understand everything he teaches me. Sometimes I understand in the moment, but when I go to apply what he's taught me, I'm immediately baffled. A while ago, I moved podfeed.com to a virtual private server. Bluehost kind of talked me into it. It didn't cost a lot more money than the shared server I was on, and I knew it would give us all much greater performance for the site. Nobody accesses podfeed.com more often than me, so it was really a present to me as much as to you. There was one thing that didn't entirely dawn on me when I agreed to this. On a virtual private server, I am the system administrator. They do some stuff for me, but most of what I took for granted is on my plate. I called Bart in a panic when I found this out, and asked him if he'd officially be my sysadmin. He suggested a better idea. Instead of him doing it for me, he wanted to teach me to do it myself. When I was working, I had 150 system administrators working for me. I know a few of them listen to the show and they are falling out of their chairs with hysterical laughter at this idea. I'm looking at you, Keith. I've come a long way, but I have to be on their side that this is silly talk. But since Bart was willing to do it, I had to jump at the opportunity to learn even more. This week we worked on some scripts that he wrote that he said we could configure to back up my server to my local drive on our Mac Mini. In August of 2015, Bart gave us an introduction to JSON and explained that it's very useful to create configuration files that can be fed into programs. When Bart created his backup script, instead of making multiple versions for all the servers he managed, he used JSON to make configuration files for the peculiarities of each server. I was so excited that I immediately understood why he used JSON. During our last few sessions he let me drive, while he watched on Skype. I created a public, private, key pair so we could talk to the server from the Mac Mini. Then we modified the JSON configuration file and we got everything working. Now every single day at 2 in the morning, a database dump occurs up on podfeed.com, and then the Mac Mini pulls that file down, using rsync. It also pulls down a copy of all of the files associated with podfeed.com. The files are, in my case, mostly images I upload for the blog posts, while the database itself contains all the words that I've typed over the last 11 years, the theme for displaying the content, and other bits and bobs like users and plugins. This was all going swimmingly, but today I was looking at the directory structure on the Mac Mini and I saw something I didn't quite like. We created a log file to let us know if the backups had worked properly. It's called, quite imaginatively, backup.log. We stored it at the top level of my user account. We also created a directory at the top level of my user account called podfeed backups, and that's where the actual backups get plopped, all into neat little daily folders. I didn't like having that log file sitting out in the open, where Steve or I might accidentally throw it away or clean it up in some fashion that would make it break. I knew I could simply drag it into the Podfeed backups folder, but that would probably confuse the backup script, or at the very least I'd end up with 2 files. You'll never believe what happened next. Sorry, channeling BuzzFeed there for a minute. I noodled around a bit and looked at the backup script itself, but it's got a lot of stuff in it Bart hasn't told me about yet. I thought maybe the JSON configuration file would point to where the log file would be written, but it wasn't in there either. It did have the location of the folders of content that were backed up, but not the log file. And I reached back in my brain to recall how we actually make this backup script go, and I remembered we're using a cron job. Cron is a utility that can be set to run in the background at regular intervals. Cron tab is the text file where you define those things that you want to run, and it also tells cron when to run them. I whipped open my notes from the last time we worked on it. I keep them all in together from reinventedsoftware.com, and found what I was looking for. In the cron tab we told it what time to run, using days, hours, minutes, and seconds. We told it the name of the script to run. We told it the JSON configuration file to use, and the very last bit was where to spit out the log file. Now all I had to do was remember how to edit that cron tab. This next part is why I entitled this segment, I Have Made Fire. For as long as I've been able to spell Unix, people have told me, just look at the man pages to figure out how to use a command, and not once, in the 20 years or so people have been saying this to me, have I figured out how to do what I wanted to do from the man pages. Until today, right there in the man pages, it said to write cron tab and followed it by a dash and I'd be in an editor. I didn't know what editor I'd be in, but I hoped I could guess. I think I ended up in VI, which is an editor I learned to use in the late 1800s. I saw where I wanted to insert the directory name to push the file down a level. I arrowed over, closed my eyes, and tapped the I key. At the bottom of the file, I was rewarded with the word, insert. Yay! I typed in the folder name. Now I had to remember how to get out, and save the file, scraping back in the memory banks. From the last time Bart and I mucked in this file, I typed escape, then :WQ for write and then quit. The file saved and it worked. I know this is a silly little example, but it makes me so very happy to have been able to do such a simple little procedure, all by myself.
The good news, Sybil, is that it isn't going to... Oh, I guess I should stop that recording. The good news is that it's not going to be constantly that. And that's kind of why I broke it up back and forth a little bit between the recordings, the interviews, and this. Sounds great.
Can I just say, phew?
Why?
That's a lot to take in, and
is it too fast?
With the computer voice, it's just without intonations and pauses. It's a little harder to digest.
I put in 300 millisecond pauses. What are you talking about?
It's hard to simulate the human voice like that.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much for the interview, Jan. Very cool idea.
Thank you. It was really nice to meet you.
This is certainly not a phone for everyone, but it
Okay. Maybe I'll just bring her voice up. Well, actually, you guys don't like hearing it anyway. All right. It's funny, I started wondering whether people would be able to listen to this better. Let's see.
I think it's better because if you're not talking, we know it's not painful. Oh, shoot, I just activated Siri. Hold on.
Good job, dear. Okay, mute yourself, please.
Next up we'll hear Allison's top pick from CSUN this year, a phone for the motor impaired called Sesame. She actually got to play with it herself and learn to control it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Pause between those.
Simple little procedure, all by myself. Next up we'll hear Allison's top pick from CSUN this year.
Okay. I wonder if it's possible for me to figure out the difference between those, how to get rid of that doubling. That's unfortunate.
You're actually going to make a change right now?
No, I'm not going to make another change.
Okay.
This was the coolest product. This was so freaking cool. I just loved it.
Often learn to control it.
This is probably the most interesting thing I've seen so far at CSUN. I'm in the Sesame Enable booth with Oded Bendow. And what is this product called?
It's called the Open Sesame.
And this is an application overlay for Android, is that correct?
That's correct. It lets you control Android devices, smartphones, and tablets completely hands-free.
So this is for people with motor control disabilities?
That's right. People with spinal cord injuries, multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, and more.
Okay, very cool. So we're going to do a demonstration. I'm going to have to describe this, or if you can describe it, it's even better, because this is audio and...
So I know you won't want to hear the Allison voice off again, but go listen, go watch this video. This Sesame thing is so cool. You control the phone with your eyes.
Well, technically it's your head. It doesn't have an eye tracker.
It's not. Oh,
it's a head tracker. Yes. It's a head tracker, but you didn't have to make very, very large head movements. I mean, it does probably use facial features to recognize the head and its position, but it was it was really cool.
And I mean, I learned to use it instantly. Here's the link to the video. Definitely go check that out. That was really, really, really cool. All right, believe it or not, we are ready for security bits. See, this wasn't that bad. Oh, I haven't saved yet. Kevin, did you forget to tell me? Kevin, he's not talking. Whew. That was close. All right. It's funny, I expected to hear him for some reason. Okay, so do I have anything between? Okay, here we go. Sorry, Allison's coming back.
This product and blind shell we heard about earlier are both testaments to the flexibility that comes with an open operating system like Android. You could never do anything as creative as...
I need a comma. Let's try that again.
His product and blind shell we heard about earlier are both testaments to the flexibility that comes with an open operating...
She's literal if you don't give her all the letters. All right, one more time.
This product and blind shell we heard about earlier are both testaments to the flexibility that comes with an open operating system like Android. You could never do anything as creative as this with an iPhone. I'll be curious, or rather Allison will be curious, to hear from the audience with motor impairments whether Sesame sounds as cool as she thought it was.
All right.
What?
What? What? Making fun of her?
Thanks so much.
This product and blind shell we heard about earlier are both testaments to the...
Wow, so you guys are standing, even Dorothy's standing behind Kevin today, huh? All right. Where are my GarageBand jingles? It's time for DJ Cold World. Oops, I need a new track. You know, Steve has got to have this last 4 days without me talking at all.
You need a new voice is what you need.
Yeah, but you know what's really bad? I'm in the middle of doing a video for Don. I'm almost done with it, and it's due tomorrow. The good news is I sent him a sample of my voice, and he suggested it'd be okay if I was a couple of days late. I don't know why. All right, what am I doing here? Oh, there you are. Okay, let's see how that sounds.
He thought it was.
Well, it was going really well, Sandy. I'm doing a really cool tool called Notability. It's really neat, but I hope this voice recovers quickly, you know? Okay, NosillaCast Audio 2016, security bits.
Now, on the good side, the chat room is probably the highest count we've had in quite a while.
Yeah, I want to know why so many people showed up.
Well, John says it's because I contacted each one of you saying, you got to hear this.
He is 87,426. Is that Linda? Doris. Yay. Wait, with a sword as he walks the plank? All right. Okay, just imported security bits. And I think that's a little too much pause, so I'm going to get rid of this. Okay.
Was it Notability you're doing Don's video on?
Yeah.
John Nessadot was not impressed with it.
Well, I will chat with him while I play this back.
As cool
Okay.
as she thought it was. Whether Sesame sounds as cool as she thought it was.
Well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for Security Bits with Bart Bouchatz. How you doing today, Bart? Long time no talk.
Oh, it's been ages and ages and ages since yesterday.
I had
Yes, I'm fine.
so much fun in Chit Chat Across the Pond talking about JavaScript. That was really a good time.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to doing that episode with you, and there's plenty more fun where that came from.
Yay! I can't wait. Such a teaser ending. But this week we're here for Security Bits. What's gone on this week?
Nothing.
Fortnite?
Nothing.
Okay. So you guys probably don't want to hear that because it sounds bad on your end.
It's not that bad. It's just kind of echoey.
When we're done here, I'd like to try to diagnose what's happening.
Okay.
Okay. I'm curious what you don't like about it, John. The only thing I think is missing is that it doesn't do doesn't have like smart groups and stuff like that. All right. I'm going to record the ending here. I didn't know how to make her say subscribed really slow. Lee.
That's going to wind this up for this week. Hopefully Allison will be back in full form by next week's show. Don't forget to send in your dumb questions, comments and suggestions by emailing her at allison@podfeet.com. Follow her on Twitter @podfeet. Check out the NosillaCast Google Plus community at podfeet.com/Google Plus and our Facebook group at podfeet.com/Facebook. If you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening, and stay subscribed.
We lost your voice. Unmute.
Oh, there we are. I thought she did pretty good at the end there. What do you think?
Yeah, I would have liked a little longer subscribed, but pretty good.
I don't know. Can you think of a way to spell that?
It sounds like Sybil might know a way to extend that. John wrote up his issues. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
If they patched and stay secure.
That's going to wind this up for this week. Hopefully Allison will be back in full form by next week.
Yeah, she wasn't bad. All right, so 70 minutes. Go here. Shift track by 70. That's. Glad I didn't have an interview with somebody I didn't know. Let's see, that should go maybe. Why does that look like? Oh, that's because it's this. Slide that over. Hey, Lindsay, Kyle's actually here. I should make him. Steve, make Kyle come upstairs and say hi to Lindsay.
/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific
I think
time
I can
and
get him
join
to
the
do that.
friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening, and stay subscribed. Enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening, and stay subscribed.
See kid one, say hello to kid two. All right, I think the show is done. Wow, if Kevin thinks it was amazing.
Yeah. When you
Oh, there he is. It's Kyle.
Which camera? Hello.
Say hi to your sister.
Oh, hey, Lindsay. Yeah, she's right there.
Yeah, you can't hear her. Unfortunately, you can only hear me, but they can hear you.
Well, I can see Big in Virginia.
There you go. The wingman.
How do I get Siri to talk for me?
Oh, you got to do text to speech.
Mm.
It's super easy. It's no trouble at all.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Did you figure out how to say live? Can I hear it?
Yeah, let's see. You know, I noticed the first time she said it right. And the second time I had to re-put it. I put it back in. Here we go. Ready? Let's see.
If you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeed.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m.
That sounded pretty good.
I know, she did good. Hi, Tesla.
I think you did good.
You mean that I got it to go?
Yeah, I mean, a computer is only as good as the user.
Let's see, Sybil, we're trying to figure out how to get it to say and stay subscribed.
Can you get to say butts?
I got it to say boogers.
keep it clean, Kyle.
That's pretty good.
Oh, we got cats. We got everything.
This is the delayed version of what's being trained.
It's very cute.
Yeah, it's adorable. They like it when the pets come in, though.
Yeah.
Is NC 87626, is that Linda by any chance? Or 426? Did anybody figure that out?
Or you.
TLI Mark says hi, Kyle. You don't have to type, you can talk.
I just wanted me to confirm in the text chat that this is not SP Sheridan.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting words in his mouth.
Because he would never have said hi to Lindsay.
Kyle.
I could try it. Let's see. I think if you put too many A's, I don't know what it would do. Let's see.
Thanks for listening, and stay subscribed.
Ah.
That doesn't work. So I wonder if I put a capital A, if it does anything different.
STI.
No, that doesn't work. All right, let's see.
That's good, Brett.
Put words head boogers in his mouth. Nice, Brett. Actually, let's see. See that I was an EIF.
Appreciate it.
Aren't you glad I came on?
Yeah. I think it's time for Kyle to go.
Yeah.
Likes this too much. Oh, a lot of Y's. That's an idea. What would have happened if I did that? Let's see. Stay. A bunch of Y's.
Can you hear?
No.
Why?
I could do that though. That'd be funny.
Stay I.
No, but it,
Reverb.
yeah.
Maybe we can just both get in.
You can unplug the headphones, Steve.
Yeah, but then the sound will go into the mic and stuff.
We can try.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. Okay.
How about now?
It sounds fine. A little feedback. All right. Now that I've got the show done, I want to figure out why the playback is doubling. So I'm going to share my screen. That means you won't get to see Kyle anymore if I do that.
All right, I'm gonna go finish my show. My show.
Nice of you to make your inaugural appearance, Kyle. Say goodbye.
It was a pleasure. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Gibbles.
Gibbles.
Gibbles. Forbes.
So,
Thanks, Kyle.
I wouldn't miss this for anything. Nice.
Wow.
All right. Bye, Kevin. All right.
Never do that again.
Here's what we're doing. So I take my mic and I run into this thing called pass-through. And I'll show you where pass-through comes from. And then I've got my system audio going into pass-through. So when I play Amadeus Pro, actually put your headphones back in, Steve. It is feeding back a lot. Okay. So system audio goes through pass-through. Now, what you guys are getting in the Hangout on Air is going to open a hole in the space-time continuum. Let me do it like this. Let's see if I hover here, the settings. So you're getting your input from the Hangout on Air input. Now that is created in loopback, which is here. And that's Amadeus Pro and Audio Hijack. So that's why you're hearing it twice, because I'm using, wait a minute, no, pass-through. Not hearing pass-through, are you? Oh, you must be. How are you? Yeah, okay, so you're hearing, oh, there it is. So Amadeus Pro is taking my mic and the system audio and sending it to pass-through. But the Hangout on Air is also getting audio hijack and pass through. Oh, maybe if we change the output of Amadeus Pro. I didn't check that. Where should that go? I could send that just to my headphones. Oh, that might do it, you guys. So tell me if this is doubled now. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast. Did that fix it?
Hard to tell with your voice. The music didn't sound double, but your voice may have been. Can you get another section with just voice?
Let's do Allison too.
His last name is really hard for me.
That's good.
That fixed it.
That's good.
Okay, cool.
How about one of your live record with your voice as opposed, because there's a different source with your mic.
People. It was specially designed by Association of Czech People of.
No, I mean one of your voice recordings, not a live recording tonight.
The only live recording is me at the beginning, and you said you couldn't tell.
No, okay, a part where there's no lead-in music, just your live voice.
There isn't any such thing.
Yeah. How about is that it?
I only talked for the first 2 seconds.
Okay, how about at the end when there's no voice or no music? Does the music fade out and your voice continue?
It's never me at the end.
No. At the end of the intro.
No. Well, maybe a little bit.
Try the very end.
Cast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, April 3rd, 2016, and this is show number 569. The show must go on.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Although it's pretty close to sounding double, but I think it's just single.
Okay, so I got to document that, but that's what I had to do was the output from Amadeus Pro. What I'm really surprised is that looping didn't happen. That's what we would have expected to happen, right? By the way, that looping problem happened again when I was with Bart, so I think we got lucky and dodged a bullet. This has been fun, you guys. I think we should probably call it not what do you call, mess our luck up here. It actually worked.
I think it was a little painful for all of us, but it worked.
I'm going to say goodbye in chat. Steve, say goodbye.
Oh, you want me to say goodbye?
That's why I said say goodbye.
I thought you said in chat, so I said goodbye in the chat. You've been waiting all this time for me to say goodbye.
And this is why he's not on the air, and it's me. All right, goodbye, everybody. Bye. We're out.